Alright, y'all, this is Big Rich. We gotta tell the truth today. True confessions, you know what I'm saying, about Kevin Samuels. Be honest with you, you know what I'm saying, when I first started listening to Kevin, I thought it was funny because, he was roasting a lot of these females with them big old egos and thinking that they all that. But you know what I'm saying? Once I started really, listening to him, and I started really, really paying attention to what he was really saying, this stuff I've been saying for years on my live. And women used to attack me and used to always come after me. You go back, check my videos on Just My Opinion, host Big Rich, you know what I'm saying? And I've been saying the same stuff, but my problem was that it's the mentality. See, I've been making six figures for over 20, 30 years now. You know what I mean? So I never got my mindset to where I elevated it to where I could, date women on my level. So I always treated people the same way. And I never really realized that the amount of money that they was making was pennies compared to what I was making. You know what I mean? So I would always treat everybody the same way. And in reality, a lot of the times when I was doing that, the women would really be jealous of me and be hating on me. And they try to compete, talking about leveling up. So that's why I said leveling up. How you gonna level up? Even if you made 100,000 and you got a guy, such myself, I'm making 400K, you're not gonna be able to level up. Because when it comes time, you wanna say 50-50, which I never even believed in none of that shit anyway. I've always paid 100% of the way, the women that I dealt with. You know what I mean? A lot of them didn't appreciate it. A lot of them was, it was my fault though. I don't blame them. I blame me for not, putting boundaries and really, really, really screening the people I was dating. And we got to get out of that, man. We got to really, really pay attention to what the people that we dealing with, males and females, not just females. You know what I mean? But what Kevin brought out, Kevin really he really highlighted, the stuff that really, really be going on. You know what I mean? Like, you have women who way out of weight, out of shape, don't even have a job, talking about they want a man that's six figures. They can't cook, clean, they can't do nothing, they don't even have a career. They don't, nothing. They bring nothing to the table. You know what I mean? And they still talking about, I need a man that's making $400,000 or $500,000. You ain't never even dated a man like that. How would you know what his taste is? You know what I mean? And I really ran into that in my life when it came time to trying to make moves. I would deal with females, they got the 9-to-5 jobs, making $60,000, $70,000 a year. They really can't go nowhere. They're tied to the job. So I always was trying to, let them know that, you got to find a job that's flexible if you want to hang with me, because I'm on the plane. I'm flying here, flying there, doing media shit, enjoying life. But I couldn't enjoy it because I didn't have a woman that was on my side that we could enjoy that life with because it was a different level. You know what I mean? When you got to go report to a job or you got to be there, you have to be there. You know what I mean? That puts a strain on everything. You know what I mean? Like, my mindset is really different because when we grew up in ownership, owning businesses, restaurants. You know what I mean? So we grew up as owners, you know what I mean? Not consumers. So my mindset is totally different from everybody else. When they talk about, I have to have a job and this, that, no, we go make some money, independently. We don't need no job. But see, so many women that rely on that because they have to in some cases, but a lot of cases, that's their security. And they're not willing to break that for nothing. Not even if they have a man in front of them. You making $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 a year. They still won't break that commitment with that boss that they run into who don't give a shit about them. And how I know? Because, I work for the biggest union in the world. Okay? I used to be a union rep. So I know these jobs don't give a fuck about them. And as soon as they get a little bit older, they'll replace them in a heartbeat. That's what the black women in our country don't realize. You put your loyalty into these jobs, and these jobs don't give a fuck about you. You know what I mean? That's real talk. They don't give a fuck about you. They'll cut you in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? Instead of putting like Kevin saying, put all that energy into your man and y'all build an empire together. You know what I mean? That make more sense. Because if y'all fall together. And if y'all together, ain't nothing that can't stop y'all from coming back up because y'all working together as a team. But if you fall by yourself, all you got is your kids. You know what I mean? In debt. You know what I mean? So I ran into this a lot in my lifestyle. So, to be honest with you, when women say all these distractions, Kevin's gay, they're going to use all these distractions. Kevin even said it. He said that's what they were going to say. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what they say because they don't have nothing else. You know what I mean? They literally been following this doctrine that was put in place, not by them, by the feminist movement, and got them thinking, literally, every woman that's out there, got them thinking that they don't need a man. What the fuck? Who teaches y'all that? You don't need a man. Look, do the simple mathematics. It's very simple. You know what I mean? If you're only making $6,000 a month, okay, mortgage or even rent in the Bay Area, that's $2,500. That's just for a 2-bedroom. But you're gonna need a 3. So you're looking at $3,000. That's half your income right there. And that's $6,000. That's without, we're not even counting taxes and everything else. So you living paycheck to paycheck, just like Kevin said. Do the math. They make more money by us being separated, living in 2 different households. You know what I mean? And I made that argument a long time ago. I tried to tell them, man, look, if we're not going to buy a house, let's go buy some land so we can build some shit, grow some shit, and let's come up, man. You know what I mean? There's all kinds of things we can do with land, man. We put a solar farm there. We can grow crops. We can grow weed. We can whatever. You know what I mean? We can do a lot. We can sell land lots. People can buy that from us. It's all kinds of things that we can do if we come together. You know what I mean? But by us being separated the way we are, and Kevin made a good case, black women won't even smile. A simple smile, much less talk to you. You know what I mean? They got this attitude every time you talk to just a regular woman. Now, it's a different story if you, somebody like any celebrity, they change their whole tune. That's the way our women are raised, to change their whole tune. If you got money or if you appear to have money, they bring out the red carpet for you. But we all know that's a front because they're not built like that. They was not raised like that. You're not even raised to be a wife. But how the hell do you raised to be independent? That's what you're raised to. You're raised to be independent. That's a fact. You know what I mean? And you cannot understand what Kevin is saying because you're so mentally damaged. Not just by being independent, but, guys in the past probably fucked you over. You know what I'm saying? Because you probably wasn't wife material. He told you whatever you want to hear. You know what I mean? And he got the pussy or whatever. Niggas gonna do that. We all know that. Everybody know that. But see, for you to fall for it, that's on you. You know what I mean? You fall for that dumb shit because you find out and later on in life that you're a little lonely. You don't have a man. So you have a nigga come through. Any nigga on any level, financial level, is gonna come through. But you got some that's on the higher level, like me, for example. When I see a ghetto ass situation like that, I don't put myself in that situation. I used to. I don't do it no more. I don't even come to the house. I won't even come to your neighborhood. Not being bootsy, I just don't do it. Because it ain't nothing but negativity, drama that's gonna come out of that. You feel me? And I don't need that in my life. What I need is what Kevin always said. We need peace. That's what we need. We need peace. We don't need drama. You know what I'm saying? We don't need all that. We're very simple. Men are very, very simple. And I don't know why y'all women ain't understood that. So when Kevin always says, you know what I'm saying, you're always talking about what y'all want. Oh, y'all the queen. What y'all want? What y'all want? No. Try to find out what a man wants. What we want. You know what I mean? And I could say this, you know what I'm saying, about somebody I know. But the bottom line is that, one situation where, this woman, she literally, everything was in the house was from her perspective. You know what I mean? The man didn't have not one room he could have turned into like a little man cave where he have a place where he can go, kick back, and this and that. Everything was feminine around the whole house. You know what I mean? So this man got to grow up and he got to deal with that. He don't have no place where he can go. You know what I mean? Where he can go watch the game and just do manly shit. You know what I mean? It's always from a female's perspective. You know what I mean? Women, you've got to understand this. You know what I mean? It's not just about you. You know what I mean? You've got to understand, what do men want? You know what I mean? And if you don't know what men want, you don't need to be dating. You know what I mean? That's the honest to God truth. You do not need to be out there. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I myself, you know what I mean, I'm very, very picky now. You know what I mean? It's been many times I deleted the hella numbers out of my phone and will never go back. And the simple fact I won't, because honestly, I didn't even know how bad some of them women were. I really didn't, until Kevin really pointed out, you know, the truth about them. You know what I mean? That was never ever about me. It was all about self and what they can get. Now, all of them, if they could have had me pay their rent, I was never dumb enough to do none of that shit, or pay their bills or this, that, they would have had me doing that, knowing that they wasn't even really into me. Think about that. You got a woman who you see every day and hang out with and this, that, and the bitch ain't even into you. She ain't even into you. You're not even a priority. Her kids are a priority. Her baby daddy's a priority. Everything else is a priority other than your ass. And you too blind to see that shit. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel, Kevin, when you talk about, you know, the stepchild, you know what I'm saying? I was dating a woman, you know, who we was hanging out with, and her kids, you know, I didn't get nothing out of it. I used to always tell her, man, you need to, I literally told the woman, you need to send that kid to a military school. For real. He need military training. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen it. You know what I mean? He up there hitting on her, and you know, I step in, I be like, hey, stop that shit. I gotta raise my voice. Ain't even my child. You know what I mean? I'm not even married to the woman. So when I got into that situation, I was like, hey, man, I ain't doing that shit no more. I ain't fucking with no women with no kids like that, man, and all that. Nah, ain't my seed. And I understand where Kevin is coming from now. You know what I mean? Many times I didn't even really get it. And that's because me, myself, I was raised by a good dude. You know what I mean? Who took over me when I was 1 year old. And he was a stepfather. You know what I mean? So that's why I tripped off when the woman had a kid or not. But now I see, you know what I mean? There's no plus side for me. Because at any moment, that woman will leave, and think about all the energy you put into that family, that household, her, the child, the money you put into him, birthdays, all that shit, it's a net zero. You ain't benefiting from that. She gone. Ain't nothing you can do. What you gonna do? Be mad? She gone. You ain't nothing tied there. You ain't married to her. Ain't your kids. You know what I mean? Then you gotta deal with the baby daddy. Baby daddy. You know what I mean? He always right around the corner, whether he doing what he's supposed to do or not. And the bottom line is that, man, look, guys, find you somebody that ain't got nobody. You know what I mean? Because honestly, that baby daddy, he's still in her life. He probably still fucking her behind your back. You don't even know. That's how bad the situation is. A lot of people don't even won't even admit how bad the situation is. The situation is that bad. You know what I mean? Where you think that you know what I'm saying, doing the right thing and everything is up to par and this and that. Ain't nothing up to par, man. You know what I mean? Live your life. Understand that, you know what I'm saying, if you want peace in your life, just do what you can do. And do the best that you can do. Find you somebody that's cool. You know what I mean? Find you somebody that understands life and knows how to be a lady. You know what I mean? A woman. You know, a real woman. Somebody you ain't got to be arguing with every 5 seconds, who trying to challenge you and all that. If a woman ain't ready to be led by you, you don't need her. It's like Kevin said. You know what I mean? He's not lying about none of that shit, y'all. You know what I mean? You got to understand what's real and what's fake is fake. That's the honest to God truth. You know what I mean? And I could sit up here and tell you a million stories about women. Like, women that I literally didn't even see how fucked up they were. You know what I mean? And they're all fucked up behind this system that we allowed to fester in America. And it's a bad deal, no matter how you look at it. This system that our kids are being raised up in males and females, is doomed for destruction. It's almost like they put the work in 40, 50 years ago on destroying our families, and we still letting them destroy them because we think we're going down the right path, and we really not. And that's from education, you know what I'm saying? That's from all the way down. Relationships. The first part of a relationship, the word is relate. We can't even relate to our women. Our women don't even like us. Like, seriously. They don't even like us. And it's all about what you can do. Now, if you can provide, you can do this, women will deal with you. But that don't mean they like you. That mean they just dealing with you. You know what I mean? And you got to understand the difference. You know what I'm saying? Because, honestly, I would rather be by myself than deal with somebody that's just dealing with you. Because, see, you don't even know their motives. You know, they're using you. You know what I mean? That's what they're doing. They're using you. You know what I mean? And women, they'll calculate and they'll figure out, they'll say, okay, well, if I can get Rich in the house, I may not be really into him. You know what I'm saying? He may not be my cup of tea or whatever. You know, but, you know, he's all right. You know what I mean? And I could deal with him. You know, and he gonna pay the rent. So that little $3,000 a month that I have to pay, that's wiped out. I get to save that. You know what I mean? That internet that I'm paying for, I ain't got to pay for that $100 no more. So women will look at it like that to benefit them and their children, not to benefit y'all. When y'all talk about us, it ain't about us. It's about them. And that's the honest to God truth. That's how they look at it. They don't look at you as no plus. You ain't no plus around here. You know what I mean? Because they don't see you that way. Only way they see you as a plus if you Snoop Dogg. You know, you Snoop Dogg, E40, you know what I mean? Somebody like that who got money. Oh, that's a plus to them in their mind. But if you're average Joe who working, you know, making $60,000, $70,000 a year, you know what I'm saying, or $80,000, you might be a plumber or electrician. They see you as an equal, even though they may only be making $50,000 a year. You know what I mean? But they still see you as an equal. They don't see you as no plus. They see you as, oh, well, I'm going to use this nigga. He going to pay you all these bills. He going to do this and that. And the first time he fuck up, I'm going to leave this nigga. You know what I'm saying? And where that leave you? You up here thinking that you was in love. And that's the reason why Kevin say, what love got to do with it? Love ain't got shit to do with duty. You know what I mean? It's your duty as a woman, you know what I'm saying, to do the right thing as a wife. You know what I mean? And a lot of y'all are not wife material. That's what's so complex about it, because you want all these high earning men, but you're not even wife material. That's crazy to me. When I sit up here and think about all that, and I'll be thinking in my mind all the women that I dealt with in my life. You know what I mean? And it was a reason why we didn't work out. You know what I mean? Sometimes it was my fault, because I didn't want it to work out. I really didn't. I really didn't give a shit if it did or if it didn't, because I knew they wasn't a wife. So you got to understand, I was raised by a real woman, so I know what a woman is supposed to be like. So anytime I see anything less than that, I'm like, oh, nah, fuck that. This is basic shit. You know what I mean? We're not even talking about, you know what I'm saying, the real shit. This is all basic. And if you can't do basic shit, I can't even deal with you at all. And that's real talk. You know what I'm saying? And we don't understand that. We really don't. We think that the little that women do, that's enough. That's what we think. And it's not, guys. It's not. You know what I mean? You have got to understand that until this thing change, the mindset, and Kevin's doing a hell of a job. That's the reason why I support him. I send him money. A lot of guys are supporting Kevin. You know why? Because Kevin is saying the things that most guys never say. I've said it on my channel. You go back 3 or 4 years on my Just My Opinion, host Big Rich. Go back and listen to what things I was saying about building empires and women roles and ungrateful women and all the things why man cheat. You know what I mean? I go back years, man, saying this shit. You know what I mean? And women always came out and attacked me because they don't want to face the reality, the truth of everything. And the truth of it is that until we change this whole system that's producing these bad seeds, I call them bad seeds, because that's what you are. You know what I mean? And just because you got a house, you got a car, you know what I mean, that don't mean shit. And Kevin broke down this woman who thought she owned everything and she was a boss and this and that. You don't own nothing. You got a house, you don't own it yet. You gotta wait 30 years before you own that house. You got a car, you still making payments. How the hell you say you own something? You don't own it. You still making payments on all that shit. If just like Kevin said, one little car accident, and women, guess what? Now you crippled. Now you see the other side of being ugly. You know what I mean? And the other side of being ugly is not cool. Trust me when I tell you that. You know what I mean? I got sisters, and I'm telling you, the other side of being ugly is not cool at all. And y'all got to come to grips with that. Y'all got to understand that you cannot sit up here and honestly say that you women been trained right. You can't do it. You know what I mean? I'll give it a second. You know what I mean? Let's comment on that, yeah? Let's debate. Let's talk about this, because it's so hard to sit down and just have a decent conversation with regular women. You know what I mean? Because they think that what they've been doing so long is the right way. I literally had a woman who got 3 boys and told me, oh, I raised all my kids. I raised them and all my boys, and I did the right thing. No, you didn't do the right thing. You know, I'm not going to comment on her whole situation, but the bottom line is she was beating her chest like she did the right thing. So I said, let me explain something to you. The reason why you didn't do the right thing is because all 3 of your grown-ass men are still living in your house. How'd you do the right thing? And they got babies. You know what I mean? So basically, now what's going on is that they haven't left the coop, so they're not a man yet. A man goes get his own house, okay, and start his own family. And that's how you're supposed to do it. You know what I mean? My situation was different. I raised my son the whole 18 years. You know why? Because I had to. The woman wasn't there. She left us. So I had to raise my son, and I did a hell of a job doing it. You know what I mean? Because a man knows how to raise a boy. Okay? But a woman cannot teach a boy how to be a man, because you're not a man. And that's just, it's not me. That's just reality. So all y'all women that are sitting up here thinking, oh, I'm doing the right thing, that's the reason why our boys are feminine. They walking around with purses because they watch what you did ever since they was a baby. Okay? Literally, they watched what you did. You know what I mean? They seen everything you did. And you carrying purses, wearing heels. Our guys are rappers. Rappers. Imagine this. Rappers walking around with purses. You know what I mean? And belts and bags and shit. And look at feminine and got long ass motherfucking hair, you know, that they, you know, wearing all these, looking like a female. You know what I mean? And then they want to act like a dude. So it's like, it's crazy. You know, not nothing against gay people or nothing like that, but the bottom line is that you're training our men to be feminine and have emotions. That's the reason why men are arguing and fighting and all these emotions. They act like a female. And y'all females see it. Y'all know that. Y'all know what y'all doing is not balanced. You know it's not balanced. You know what I mean? Y'all sitting up here acting like it is. And the same thing with, even in my situation. You know what I mean? My baby mama, me and her we wasn't never really together. You know what I'm saying? Because we was best friends, we wasn't together. You know what I mean? And I never saw her like that. But, you know, sometimes you fall in love with the wrong people. And the bottom line is that, you know, when you get rejected in a certain way, it could put you in a different place. So first thing she did, like Kevin said, she doubled down on her education. Now think about this. She went and got her master's. That probably cost $100, right? She doubled down later on in life as she got older and got her PhD. But the problem is she cannot use neither one of them because she's been on her job since she was 18. So she got too many years in. She almost 44, 46, 47 years old now. She got too many, and she can't leave her career because then she'll mess up her retirement. And she got useless degrees that's sitting on the wall. And it's all it is an ego thing, just like Kevin said. This is ego, y'all. Ego. Oh, I'm a PhD. I'm a PhD. Y'all, it's on your wall. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. But ironically, me and her had this conversation 20 years ago. And I told her, I said, look, it's not about education, all these universities. You can have a university under a tree if you have the right teachings. You know what I mean? She didn't understand what I was telling her. You know what I mean? Because she don't understand economics. And what you got to understand about what Kevin is trying to teach y'all is that these degrees are very expensive. And y'all don't understand the game that goes along with these degrees. They're beautiful to have if you're going to use them, you know what I mean, and become a doctor or whatever, this and that. But check this out. If you don't use a degree, check out how the math goes. This is how the math goes. The math is like this. It's very simple. 100 G's at 6%. That's $6,000 a year. Okay? $6,000 a year. That breaks down to $500 a month. That just means interest. You're paying $500 a month in interest. That's it. Now, if you got a $200,000, like my situation, my baby mama, now you're paying almost $1,100 a month in interest. You're not even paying nothing towards the bill. That's why Kevin is telling y'all all of this. You know what I mean? He's not saying this just because he's trying to be mean. He's just telling you the reality of the situation. And y'all got to be smarter than that. Y'all got to understand that, you know, you have got to get out of this way of thinking and get back so you can start working with black men, and no matter how much money they make. Think about it. If you make 100 G's and your man you messing with is making 60, that's still a good deal. It's a hell of a deal. I don't know why y'all think it ain't a good deal. Because I'm going to tell you something. A man making $60,000 a year, that means he's paying that $3,000 a month in mortgage. Do you not see that? A man's still going to be a man, regardless of however much money he make. It don't matter. And if he's paying $3,000 a month, it's the same if a man was making $100,000 a year and he paying $3,000. The $3,000 don't change. Y'all don't understand that. You know what I mean? A man's still going to be a man. He's still going to pay the bills. So what Kevin is trying to teach y'all is that y'all can't be so dumb and put yourself so high, you know what I mean, thinking that you better than a man making 60 just because you're making 100. That don't even make sense. You know what I mean? He's still going to bring what he's supposed to do to the table. As a man, his ego, if he's about something, he's not going to let you pay no bills. I don't care if he's making 40. And this is what y'all not understanding. You know what I mean? Oh, he ain't making 100. I can't deal with him. And are you retarded? You sound stupid. You sound like somebody that brainwashed you to believe that you're going to turn your nose up to a man making $60,000 a year. I don't care where he at in the country. Even though Kevin breaks it down, you know what I mean, region by region, but I don't care where you at. $3,000 is $3,000 whether you in New York or whether you in California or whether you in Utah. It don't matter. So whatever the mortgage is, that man gonna pay that mortgage. Okay? And if he making $40,000, he gonna pay that mortgage. He gonna pay it. I don't give a damn. He gonna pay that because that's his ego. And y'all women are too stupid to see what you already got. And that's what Kevin is talking about. Y'all not even intelligent and even to know what you got. You turn your nose up to this and look down on him. I want to try to get him. You know, he a plumber. He making $60,000, $70,000 a year. Oh, but I want him to have his own business. Well, what if he don't want his own business? What if he just want to have a nice, comfortable, quiet, peaceful life being a plumber? You know what I mean? You turn your nose up on the wrong people. You know what I mean? And that's what Kevin is teaching. And y'all too dumb to see it. You know what I mean? Y'all don't even understand finances. And it's sad because y'all living in this world and y'all know y'all don't even know math anyway, but y'all don't even know finance. You don't even know money. You don't even know how money is made. You don't even know how to make money. The only thing you know how to do is go to a job and somebody hand you a check. And that's sad. Hey, y'all subscribe to the channel. This Big Rich, just my opinion. These are just my opinions. You know what I mean? And shout out to Kevin Samuels. And y'all got to get up on it, man. You know what I mean? Support that man. Send that man money, man. Every chance you get, every week, they trying to cancel him. Send him money, man. And that's real talk because he's speaking the truth. Y'all don't like how he's saying it, but it's for a reason. He getting your attention, okay? And that's what it's all about. And y'all got to stop hating and start understanding. You know what I mean? Because what's real is real and what's fake is fake. And if you don't understand that, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Because I sat up here and I broke it down for 30 minutes. You know what I mean? Because you know why I can't? Because I lived it. You can't tell me what he's saying ain't true because I lived it. I've lived it. You know what I mean? You can't tell me. You know what I'm saying? So stop with the bullshit and let's nip this all up in the bud and let's make this shit happen, man. This Big Rich, y'all subscribe to the channel, man. Y'all share this video, share it. You know what I mean? And let's try to change, man. And building the empire, you can find out on Just My Opinion. Big Rich, I already laid it out. You know, everything out. Y'all check me out. And I'm out here, man. This Big Rich from Oakland. I'm out.